From the war in the Middle East and Europe to dangers at the U.S. southern border, the world is a more dangerous place and our leaders should be on guard. As CBN Capitol Hill correspondent Matt Galka reports, that's the main takeaway from the annual briefing on worldwide threats.
Emerging technology, global war, and the risk for a potential terrorist to cross the southern border. The list of problems facing the country was long, and a reminder to lawmakers to remain vigilant. The top names in U.S. intelligence said foreign adversaries like China, Russia, and Iran could be looking to influence this year's presidential election.
The threat of malign actors exploiting these tools and technologies to undercut U.S. interests and democracy is particularly potent as voters go to the poll in more than 60 elections around the globe.
The warning to lawmakers focuses on technology like artificial intelligence and its potential to spread misinformation. They also heard that the controversial app TikTok could be used by the Chinese government to amplify problems domestically.
And they said, we want you to put out videos that make Americans fight with each other or spread conspiracy theories and get them at each other's throat. ByteDance can't go to Chinese court and fight the Communist Party. They would have to do it.
That's my understanding, and I would just add that that kind of influence operation, or the different kinds of influence operations you're describing, are extraordinarily difficult to detect.
The FBI also has their eyes trained on the border, with not only drugs and human trafficking remaining a top concern, but also the potential for terrorists to enter the country.
A whole host of threats that emanate from the border, and some of them are criminal threats. We talked about fentanyl and violence. And then, of course, we have concerns that it could be a vulnerability that terrorist organizations could seek to exploit.
Looking overseas, the intelligence heads testified that global conflicts have the potential to strengthen America's enemies, including the high risk of escalation in the Middle East from the Israel-Hamas war, and that abandoning Ukraine in its fight against Russia could empower Moscow.
We remain concerned that Moscow will put at risk long-standing global norms against the use of asymmetric or strategically destabilizing weapons, including in space and in the cyber domain.
The House plans to take on at least one of the potential threats this week, with a vote on a bill that would force TikTok to separate from its parent company, Chinese-owned ByteDance, or face a ban in the United States. Matt Galka, CBN News.